Hey guys, today you're in for a huge treat. We have an extraordinary lady in the studio with us over here. I should really let her do the introduction because she's way better than me at this. But anyway, for the sake of protocol, my name is Andrew Levi. This is the 254's podcast. And with me today, we have, drum rolls, Kate Rira. Kate, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
For
I'm
those
happy.
for those who only know your voice and
Yeah.
they've not actually seen you,
Mm-hmm.
can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Why haven't you seen me? This pretty face needs to be in your face. Anyway, and my name is Cate Rira. I am media personality here in Kenya. I've been in media for over close to almost 7, 8 years. I am the host of the POV podcast. I am also a PR strategist and a communication strategist as well. I'm a lover of life, and I believe, all beautiful things should happen to beautiful people.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And I guess that's why this is happening to us. I guess no, but, look, the other thing about Kate is that Kate is she's a fantastic thinker as well. She has like a legal background as well.
Mm.
So this is going to be a mix, and she's young. So this is going to be a very useful podcast for young people, especially thinking about voter registration and political issues. Hopefully, we'll be able to shed some light from a millennial's perspective.
Yes, a millennial's perspective. I think when people hear millennials, they think we're a little bit too old. No, we're not.
No, we're not. No, we're
We're
not.
not old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we started rolling, Kate, you said that uh, you'll make it a habit to hang around beautiful people,
Yes.
beautiful women.
Yes.
Why is that?
I feel like things are easier when people feel beautiful about themselves. My recent experiences, every time I meet beautiful women, they're kinder, they're sweeter. Like it's such an easy time to be with them, especially ones who know themselves. And that's why I made it a goal for me to be around more beautiful people. Because yes, the physique is one thing, but also you find the beauty inside and it comes out. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I just lately I really like to be around beautiful women.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that there's a beauty that radiates from the inside,
Yes.
outside.
Yes.
Dope. Dope.
Out of not trying to be, not trying to sound vain, people are like, oh, what are the standards of beauty? Beauty ranges in different ways. But I have really experienced great women when they find themselves beautiful. There's something about it. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's like they cultivate you, you cultivate them. Like it's helping one another. You meet your girls like, oh girl, you look so good. I like your shirt. Like it's constantly, you look pretty. Oh, I like this. Like it's just
Compliments flying
flowers,
around. Yeah.
and that's what
Nice.
I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some people say that Gen Zs are vain. Those on social media think about their looks. What do you think? Do you think they're just simply vain, or do you think that there's something deeper to that as well, based
I'll
on what you're saying?
let
Yeah.
me take it deeper. As a millennial growing up, I think one of the things, especially my dad taught me to lead with my mind, barely, my features. And one thing about millennials have been taught hard work. We are reading 844, like we had to go through the,
The rigors.
the rigors.
Yeah.
But for Gen Z, not really, because a lot of things, are easier now.
Really?
Like yeah, a lot of things are
You
easier
think?
now.
But they were under Matiangi.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, Matiangi was a
So
bit of a tough
Palmer
guy.
is a tougher.
Yeah.
But I get why the Gen Zs, believe in looking good and, just feeling good and looking good because, these other things were not so hard. For us millennials, we were constantly told to lead with our brains. You find any millennial woman, she barely thinks about her beauty. She is beautiful, takes care of herself,
Yeah.
but you'll find her at work, like doing her masters, like she's just on the next level,
Yeah.
just thinking of how to work harder
Yeah.
versus how to look good,
Okay.
you know?
So you're not saying it to you, millennials wamechapa hivi. That's not what
No,
you're saying.
hatujachapa, tuko tu
Okay.
sawa.
Okay.
Tuko tu sawa. Ama tuko sawa?
No, I think we're good.
We're
So
good.
so based on that, you've spoken about school.
Yeah.
What was school like for you? Like where did you do it? And what was the experience?
I
High
think,
school and say uni as well.
oh, high school. High school, I was in State House Girls.
Wow.
It's really good. I'm actually in the alumni group right now.
Is that Cubs?
Yeah? No.
Stato.
State House,
Okay,
just
cool.
here next to
Nice.
the president. It was such a good experience, and then I went to Catholic University. I also did a little bit of PR in University of Nairobi.
Yeah.
So I think my parents really always wanted me to be in school, be in school, be in school. But I think I had a very weird high school moment. Anyone who knows me from high school doesn't believe I am who I am.
Really?
I really was acting stupid and crazy. I think I was finding my identity.
Okay.
So most people wouldn't, like, when they see me now, they're like, oh my God, this girl was not like this. I turned out to be someone very different.
Okay.
Very, very, and I love it because I feel like I blossomed.
Okay, nice.
In uni, it was funny because when I did my first audition to join radio, I did my audition and I put it on YouTube. And this is 2000, yeah, probably 2012, just 2012, maybe 2012, 2011. I come back to school and everyone was like laughing. They're like,
Serious.
oh my God, you auditioned?
Yeah.
It was cringe.
Okay.
That was my first cringe moment.
Okay.
And I didn't win the competition. But then later I was called to radio. And I won't lie, being in school for me was a struggle. Law
Okay.
school was a struggle for me.
Okay.
Because
Why is that? I mean, this is very real. Like, why is
I
that
didn't
though?
love it.
Okay.
Honestly, I
Is it the
didn't.
teachers? Is it the course itself?
It's the course
Was the
itself.
expectations? Yeah.
I remember the first conversation of me saying that I don't want to go to law school with my parents was really met with a lot of,
Oh, really?
you can't do that. And I went through law school, but I was like, my heart was never there. I was constantly doing auditions outside. Like I just wanted to be in entertainment. I
Yeah.
never wanted to be there. So if I would go back, I would have changed my course without telling my parents and then just, do
To
my own
this.
things. Yeah, to
Okay.
this, to communications,
Yeah.
because I have really blossomed in this world and evolved from not just, being in a studio to now becoming a communications person. So that evolution of me, that clearly this is something I really loved, and I hope anyone who's watching this is really explore yourself, find out what you really, really love so that you don't waste time. Because for me, I won't lie, I feel like it was a waste of time for me.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
what was the
That's what
worst bit about the course? Is it the readings?
It's the
Is it
readings. I didn't like it. I really didn't. But I will
the
say this.
mooting? I'm guessing mooting you're pretty good, right?
Yeah, I did participate once or twice, and
Yeah.
also working in law courts because you have to
Yeah.
go to law courts.
Yeah.
I did part of my internship in Kiambu law courts, and I could see what was happening in the world, and I won't lie, I was really heartbroken because you see the cases that are happening on ground and what people are being prosecuted for and others not going and getting justice as they need. And those are some of the things that broke my heart. I will say this, I am very grateful for doing the course because it really opened my mind. It opened my mind to think very differently
Yeah.
than most people, because
Most people in the industry.
in the industry and in the
Generally,
world
yeah.
in general, because you get to interact with education that teaches you the laws of the world.
Yeah.
When I tell people sometimes, and I know this is very controversial, I tell people the law is an us, which we know the law is an us, because it's really meant for certain people. And that sometimes I tell people, you don't really, it's good to follow the law, but don't follow the law too much. Because most of these laws are just
You tell people
designed.
that?
Yes. Because I'm
Who's
like,
taking your advice?
I don't know who is, I hope they are. But I'm
Okay.
like, you follow rules too much, you
Yeah.
will not live life
Okay.
to its limits.
Yeah.
You gotta break the rules a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. So I have two questions for you.
Yeah.
One is, do you think the law is about justice, or do you think that that's like some illusion? Like, is the law meant to like bind us together, or like separate the weak from the strong, from your perspective?
Exactly that. To
Exactly.
separate the weak from the strong. Because I usually use the example of a law that was passed in Congo so many years ago by the Belgian rules. And when they gave out the law, it was to allow them to mine. So most laws are designed to make someone, have
To
an easier
benefit
time
someone,
to
yeah.
benefit,
Yeah.
versus the one who doesn't follow it will go behind bars. So for me, I don't believe justice surely exists all the time. There are natural laws that govern us as humans. do not kill, do not steal. Those ones everyone knows. They're innate. I feel like they're in our DNA. But these other ones some of them are pretty useless. Pretty useless. They're just meant for someone to benefit. Like lately, we know that the president, is allowing certain people to set ground here in Kenya.
Yeah, immigrant. Yeah.
For his own benefits, and he decided, I'm going to, carve the law to my preference. So I don't know. I'm very indifferent when it comes to justice and the law. Very indifferent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like we know that society is evolving and changing.
Yeah.
What was wrong before seems right today. Growing up as a millennial back in the day, let's just be frank.
Yeah.
So like things like gender, that was never discussion. Like you knew what you were. Like
You're
you
a
were
boy
like
or a girl.
exactly.
Yeah.
In most cases, unless there was like some medical, odd anomaly or something.
Yeah.
Do you think that the constitution that we have as Kenya should evolve and catch up with people's sentiments, or do you think that there's some things that should just generally kind of hold?
It would be reductive for us to metamorphose to what the Westerners are doing.
I'm liking
Remember,
the words.
the law we have already right now in this country is not really designed for us, even though it's a new constitution. There's so many things that are not really designed for us. The system that we're running in is not, an African system. If we start getting into that conversation, I feel like we'll lose sight of some of the needs that we have. But we do understand that there are people who are living with certain issues, especially when it comes to gender. And it should be looked at medically, and they should be allowed to, if they want to change, they could change. But I think I'll say what President Uhuru said a while back. Like
Oh man.
like I feel like
Yeah.
those might not be our issues
Okay.
at the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like every time we try to assimilate to the Westerners, it really does not work in our favor. What are our needs? What are our core needs?
I agree. I totally agree.
You know?
What's a myth out there or a common belief
Mm-hmm.
that you disagree with most people on? Is there something that
So many.
okay?
So many. You want me to be cancelled, man?
No, no,
Even
I
that
don't.
conversation of gender, it's so tricky because you don't wanna
Yeah.
say the wrong thing, but also you wanna hold your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't agree with a lot of things. But the one thing I know, I disagree with so much. I disagree with people not believing that spirituality works.
Really?
Spirituality works. It exists.
Yeah.
It works,
Okay.
and it's us. And the faster we start accepting it, especially as Africans, the faster our things will align.
Why do you say that with so much confidence, and why do you specify Africans?
Because one thing we know for sure is that the identity of Africans was stolen. Our identity was stolen so many years ago. So, and then the identity we go by now with Christianity or Islam that's not our natural way of things. That's not how we were doing things. And I feel like all of us, everyone is now stuck into those,
There's categories and boxes.
categories. Like,
Yeah.
hi, my name is Catherine and I am a Christian. And I'm like, before that, who are you? And the more people start realizing that they need to accept spirituality, the better things will align. I just stand on that hill.
Okay.
Is it standing or dying on that hill? I'm on that
You got
hill.
yeah. I hear you. I hear you. One thing I'd say, it's a common belief that I'm against is that I think a lot of guys think building a country or a nation is like easy, and that you should vote in whoever you think is popular. I actually think that it is rocket science. I think it's even harder than rocket science.
Yeah.
And I think that we don't have enough guys who are truly, truly smart enough
To
run and change the country or something. I mean, if you think about it, you wouldn't pick a guy to guess his way through running Coca-Cola, or a chick to guess her way through running Safaricom. So why would you do the same with like Kenya or something?
But it really stems from our personalities as people. The identity of Kenyans is really like wafty. Like Kenyans, you just lie to them a little bit and they love it. It's so strange. I find it strange how we pick such bad leaders again and again. I had an argument in my house because of the governor that we picked in Nairobi. I was not for
Really?
him.
Who you for? Just
Because I remember it was Sakaja versus
Igathe,
Igathe.
yeah.
And for me, I felt like Igathe was presenting, something great.
I ain't gonna lie, I said the same thing.
I know. I was like, I think this
Yeah.
guy is like, have you seen his CV? And he's been
Yeah.
working. I think he's good. Why not take this one?
Yeah.
But he's not popular. I'm like, so we pick someone because of popularity instead of performance.
And not the aesthetics,
I
of
know. I'm like,
yeah,
I am a very performance-oriented person,
really.
but we as Kenyans are performative.
Ah.
Have I said the same thing?
No, that's good. That's good, yeah. I hear
Yeah.
you.
We like performance.
Yeah.
We're very performative people. It's like, oh, we want to see who looks good. Are you doing good? Looking good is just part of the process. But we want someone who looks good, who has hype.
Just a question for you. Let's so assuming you could kind of rewind the clock and you were advising Igathe, did you advise him or
No. I
okay.
never met him. I'd
Assuming
love to
you
meet him though.
okay.
Hi, Gabe.
Makes it two of us, like there's a consulting gig. Anyway, so if you're advising Igathe, would you have told him to kind of spruce up the look or something? What would you have done?
I think the pairing for him was wrong.
So not just him, but
Yeah,
and
even
Igathe
Jubilee
like person.
Jubilee made a mistake.
Okay.
He wasn't because of it was lacking a little bit because I have to say Sakaja is quite charismatic, and people like Babu Owino are charismatic as well. The performance is what we want, and I think that when they were picking whoever they wanted to pick for Nairobi, they didn't think about it that much because you also need someone who can holds a crowd.
Yeah.
And I understand why Kenyans picked who they picked.
I
but
don't, to be honest.
I'm telling you, Kenyans are very performative people.
Yeah.
They like just someone who looks good,
The
vibes,
gloss,
and
the
whatever.
glam,
Lately, now, ever since the Gen Z, and millennials demonstrations, I think now we've really drawn closer to wanting better leaders.
Okay.
Before, I think we're just picking people because especially when you look at the governorship of Nairobi, the people we've been picking from the word go, I'm like, you guys,
seriously,
you're joking.
But to be honest,
it's like funny jokes.
I feel like Nairobi needs like a really, really proven like CEO type of, like a really
you had
rigorous
that option. You had Jim Nambaru against Skidoro.
Yeah.
And who did you pick?
No, who did I? No, don't say who did I pick.
You had Sakaja versus Igathe. Who did you pick?
I picked Igathe.
You people, you don't know what's good for you. And Nairobi cons are the worst voters. Nairobi are the worst. So? I hate people saying that civic education should happen in Mashinani. Yeah. No, it should happen in Nairobi. Nairobi, look at the governors you guys have been picking.
I've heard it said that in Nairobi, Nairobians like celebrities or something.
There's that. But even they know, even politicians know. I know there's one I interviewed. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah.
And
I was like, your interviews.
Actually, funny story. I was about to give off the clue, but I'm not gonna do it. So there's one politician who sat on my desk, and I was interviewing him back in radio, and outright he said, people like this jokes. When I'm getting serious for presidency is when I'll now safisha rada. For now nitafanya tu hizo kushtua hiyo lovey like just jokes.
Yeah, hypes, yeah.
And I'm like, so do you think that holds substance? Because I was like, that doesn't hold substance. I literally called him out. Like, you just being jokey, it doesn't hold substance. I'm like, no, but Kate, it draws crowds. Even they know.
Let's be controversial. Do you think in an alternative world, do you think everybody should be able to vote? Like everybody above 18 with an ID and a voter. Just imagine. Yeah. Do you think?
I heard something last week. It's like, we've never really had elections.
Who said that?
We've never. Someone said like, those. What are these
conspiracy
things? Conspiracy theories. It's like we've never really had elections. Yeah. So to go deeper like that, you can vote, but you really think you're the one making the decision? It sucks. It sucks that that's a reality, and I hate to say this because we are encouraging people to take their voters card, chukua kura yako, so that you'll be able to say and speak your mind and vote who you want in. But in the scheme of things, we do understand that the world is designed a certain way. Okay. There are powers that be. It sucks. But then I think everyone should be able to vote. It is dangerous. Some people shouldn't Oh shit, I shouldn't say that. Let me not say that. I'm not gonna say it. You're not gonna catch me sleeping.
Okay.
Everyone can vote. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say it.
Mm.
I honestly think some people shouldn't vote. Yeah. I think, I think one thing that's missing in our constitution, because I was actually involved in some of the BBI process. I'm not saying I supported Uhuru per se, but I was one of his technical advisors.
I like that. Yeah.
One of the things that was missing in our constitution is there's no, we have a Bill of Rights,
Mm-hmm.
but no schedule of responsibilities.
Mm.
If you think about it,
We do have a schedule of
do we?
responsibilities. Yes.
Do you think politicians should get away with unmet promises or essentially lying and misleading voters?
Yes.
You think they should get away with it?
They should get away.
Okay.
Because y'all will let them get away either way. Like, y'all don't hold these people accountable. My gosh. I was literally beefing with someone on Twitter recently,
Yeah.
and I hate that I was. Someone was said that they want to sue Blankets and Wine, something like that. And I'm like, really? In a country like this, you want to focus on that? You should be suing the government constantly, like Okiomtata, how he does. Because we barely hold the right people accountable. I'm like, this is just,
Okay, let me just clarify
this is
something.
just theatrics.
You just said
Mm.
people should be allowed to lie to the voters. That's what you're saying. They should get
I'm
away
not
with it.
saying
Yeah.
I'm saying they're lying either way.
Yeah.
But the breed of people, which is Kenyans, we allow so much. I won't lie, we are deserving of the leaders that we have. We are deserving of Ruto. We're deserving. Why? Because of the bullshit we accept.
So are you saying? So technically, you're saying like two-term. That's
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm definitely not saying that. I'm saying
Yeah.
when you see Kenyans, like recently, people going to State House, being given wheelbarrows, things like that.
Because they go.
Yeah. So you're deserving of the bullshit you get.
Interesting.
Yeah. You
Make
like
your bed, you
badly.
lie in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
We are deserving of the because even you see how Kenyans treat one another
How's
on
that?
Twitter, and just
Yeah.
even generally how we treat one another, we are deserving of our karma. This is our karma, and we have to face it.
And you know
I'm
what's
just
really crazy
shit.
is that one thing I've never understood is that Kenyans are super sweet to foreigners. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
Like, we're not so nice to each other, but we really, really like foreigners. Like, what's that about?
It's giving self-hate.
Okay. Okay.
It's giving self-hate.
Is that because of like some kind of trauma from way back? Is it because we kind of
In the mentality
Yeah.
of most people being kinder to whites and people of different races, it's you're expecting maybe a kickback. Most of the time it's maybe I'm gonna get, something
Yeah.
extra. In a restaurant, Kenyans are not the biggest tippers, but other races are big tippers. So you'll find them, because she wants an extra buck. I'm not justifying it, but that's mostly most of the reason I get. And then also, it's really stems from self-hate. We
Okay.
really don't love ourselves enough that we're supposed to love our own people more. I won't lie. I always prefer African if you ask me.
Okay.
But it's quite sad because self-hate, especially for Africans, it's exactly that. It's what you see xenophobia in South Africa. Self-hate. Because how are you hating someone who looks like you?
Yeah,
Why?
like we have issues like around colorism, tribalism. You see
Why?
other folks be laughing out there. Yeah. I hear you.
As
I
like
hear you.
you hate even Black Americans hating
Yeah.
on Africans. It's really pegged on self-hate. You don't love yourself, so you don't understand why someone else should be respected and they look just like you.
Do you love yourself?
I believe so. I believe so.
How,
I
how did
have come to love myself.
how did you get to that point?
I think this year, more than ever,
Okay.
I saw Cate.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when I turned 30, a lot of things changed in me. Like I started realizing so many different parts of myself. I think I've told you, in high school, I was a different kind of person.
Yeah.
Now is when I sat and I was like, why was I moving that way? Why was I that erratic? Why was I moving that way? I was discovering myself then. Maybe I was masking something. This year more than ever, I have seen Cate. I have seen Cate at 5 years, Cate at 20, and now Cate. And I love it. For the first time, I have seen myself. I don't think I was seeing myself.
So is that seeing yourself? Does that mean introspection? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like-
I can, the things you can't explain.
Okay.
For the first time, I looked at myself in my mirror and I forgive myself for all
Wow.
my shit, and I don't know. I started seeing Cate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're saying that we probably need to like look in the mirror and probably forgive ourselves for like the nonsense we've done over the last 63 years as a country or something.
Yeah, start
That's deep.
loving ourselves.
That's deep.
Do you deserve a good leader or not? Because you do go out of your way and put that good leader in the place.
Okay.
And stop expecting him to come in this grandiose kind of vibe. Remember,
He's not going to be perfect, or she's not
yes,
going to be perfect.
there's one thing
Yeah.
I know to be fact. Any
Yeah.
grandiose leader is not good.
Okay.
Facts, not fiction. Any coming with so much peacocking, is peacocking all the time.
Yeah.
That's not a good leader. That's a performer.
Okay.
It's just very performative, never productive. And until we start picking out, especially those ones who are grandiose, we will continue re-electing dimwits. You know,
Okay.
you look at even the female representation in parliament right
Yeah.
now. Some of the women, I'm like, is this it?
No, but what I don't understand is like, some of these guys, you look at the profiles, like they're actually really well read. Some of them.
Funny enough.
And then some of them, once they get fired,
Mm.
like they sound super smart. And you're like, when you're on the floor of the house, like
Why do
you're
you
saying
act dumb?
nonsense. Yeah.
But someone said it, and I love TikTok because
Yeah.
for me, sometimes TikTok has given me so much information. There are people who intentionally act dumb.
Yeah.
Peter Selassie, you know him?
Yeah.
Selassie
Not personally.
he's very bright. But look what he does, theatrics.
Seriously,
he's sharp. He's a very sharp guy.
I mean, let's be honest.
Even Karen.
Like you don't.
Even Karen Nyamo,
she
she's
must
a
be, yeah.
sharp lady,
Like-
but she intentionally behaves that way to
So-
trigger anger. I don't know.
So you politicians are screwing us over.
Yeah.
Because the reality is that you and I, Kate, we both know that you don't rise to the top by accident most of the time.
Yes.
You have to be smart enough, strategic enough. Even if you get assistance, you have to have known
Yeah.
how to position yourself to get assistance,
yes,
right?
yes.
So these guys are not fools, and they're just playing us for the fools that some of us are.
To go on a radio interview and say we're making chapati machines, you're just triggering us to piss us off.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
So then are you saying that, like, because Gen Zs seem like, obviously Gen Zs and millennials, but particularly Gen Zs, it's like they were like, you know what, we see through this nonsense, this bullcrap, and we're gonna hit the streets.
Yes.
Did you hit the streets?
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
So did I.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Fun time. Running.
So
That was my spark to go back to the gym because hey man, I can't run.
did you
Clearly.
taste some tear gas?
Yo.
Yeah.
Man, I got a cold for like a week. Oh man, it was a bad time. But it was worth it.
So what do you think, like, what do you think went wrong organizationally? Because obviously things petered out, the protest ended. Do you think if we had another chance, maybe even in an alternative country, let's just say with the same
In
circumstances.
Nepal.
Yeah, in Nepal. Let's just say, what could have been done differently? Is it because guys were leaderless, tribeless, partyless, all that stuff? Do you think that was the issue, or what do you think happened?
I'll go spiritual a little bit.
Interesting.
I think we need to understand that they call this the age of Aquarius. And the age of Aquarius is the age of newness. I have said it several times. I said it at the beginning of the year, and I'm saying it as we're ending the year. In the age of Aquarius, newness happens, revolt. And that's what we saw with Nepal and many other states, Sri Lanka and all that. And during that time, when people are waking up, because when people are waking up, and you see, it's a bunch of people waking up now.
Yeah.
The country has never revolted this bad because it was
All
county
across,
to
yeah.
county.
Yeah.
In Mombasa, the demonstrations, kuna mali kulikuwa kumelala.
Northeastern. Yeah.
So it means these people are waking up. When people are waking up, they either need to be guided or it won't work. I believe it to be fact that we were sabotaged. We were
Internally.
sabotaged. Yeah.
Okay.
We were sabotaged. We got a couple of traitors.
By the leaders or by the
us ourselves.
Yeah.
A couple of traitors.
No, by the Gen Z millennial leaders.
Yeah. There are a couple of us within us that
Okay.
were traitors.
Yeah.
And see, for this thing to work, there can be no traitors. For it to pull through and have results, there can be no traitors. Traitors are the reason as to why we were not able to succeed. And then they infiltrated us, and it happened how it did. This time, if we are wise enough, I'm not calling for maandamano. But I'm calling Kenyans to wake up.
Okay.
Tulali, kuna kulala.
So, I mean, so some guys talk about a ballot revolution,
Mm,
but the thing is, so far, registration-wise, like, we're not seeing the kind of zest. We're not seeing long queues,
yeah.
from young people. Like, what's
Shit,
going
man, I know
on?
that's
And
scary.
what would you say?
Mm.
What rallying call would you give to young people to like go get your voters card and etc.?
I think this is our one time more than ever to change this country. We've been having shitty leaders for a long time. And I hate the fact that we have a president who encourages people to go work in other countries.
Yeah,
I find
it's
that so
weird.
reductive.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
For the first time, I've had a president telling guys, go work somewhere else, not in your own country. Who would be dumb enough to do that? I find that one of the dumbest moves ever. You're telling people, go work in another
But maybe
country.
he's never worked in another country. Let's be honest. Maybe he just doesn't have that.
That was
exposure.
similar to the time of Moi, where people were really leaving and going to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
US.
the
The
brain
green
drain,
cards
yeah,
were
yeah.
a thing,
Yeah.
But when Kibaki came into governance, one of his biggest preachings was najivunia kuwa Mkenya. Why?
Yeah, I recall,
He
yeah.
wanted to re-educate us to love our country. And he refused a lot of brain drain. He's like, let's bring... a lot of people even in his government were people who are working for other countries, like,
Yeah,
come work for me.
true.
Let's build this.
Yeah.
If we do not vote and turn out as voters in Mini, we're not working for our own country. Me, I believe in building my own country so much that even on Instagram, you'll see me comment to some Black Americans like, come back to Africa, let's build our own. Why are we constantly building others? Come back home, let's build our own.
Yeah.
We're the only ones who can fix us. No one's going to do it for us. And clearly, we can tell these are very selfish leaders. They barely care about their own families. Why would they care about us?
So I'm trying to figure out what question to ask you next. Like there are a couple flying in my mind. One is that one of the previous narratives, like the ballot box question before, like 2022 was, are you a hustler? Were you a dynasty, or who you voting for?
That was
right?
the narrative. Yeah.
What do you think of that kind of class? What do you think about that? And I'm going to be controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Classism, of course, is a game of the whites. Because when you start classifying people, poor, middle class,
Yeah.
rich, and things like that, people start going into those categories. That's why we divide either by religion or by class. And why the narrative worked, especially for the hustler, is because it appealed to more number of Kenyans. Because, oh, this is a humble guy. He's just like us. He's just like us. He's hustling just like us. He wasn't born of a silver spoon. He's just like us. And that narrative was such a lie. It
Did
was
you
such
believe
a
it?
lie. No, I didn't.
Okay.
I like to gather, so it tells you where I was. I
Yeah.
was on the other side.
Okay.
But that card will always be used.
Yeah.
The classism card will always be used, especially in Africa, because you want to relate to these voters. You either use religion or that.
So I want to be controversial here. So I think that how would you rank? We've had was it 5 presidents?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Kenyatta, Moi, Kibaki,
right.
Uhuru. Yeah, he's the fifth. Yeah.
Okay, rank them. Quick rank.
Top at the top.
Out of 10.
Kibaki. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for Kibaki.
I feel so bad.
10.
Let me tell you, I met his grandson once. I was interviewing him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would love to meet your grandfather. I love that man.
10 is a stretch. 10 is.
Let me tell you why I love Kibaki.
I
think
give him a 7.
my dad made me love Mwai Kibaki.
Yeah.
Because I think I was in class 8. I think I was in class 8 when he became president.
Okay.
And my dad felt like we broke from jail because, he was during Kenyatta's time and Moi's time. So he felt the differences. Like, for once, we are able to experience things that we are deserving of. Because now it was easier for people to ship in cars. Mobile phones on the rise. A lot of things went on the rise when this man got into government.
But then let's also just think, okay, scientifically as well.
Yes.
So there's this idea of something called a baseline. Okay. And a baseline considers where you start from.
Yes.
The thing is, when Moi was exiting, we were at the lowest of the low.
Yo.
We've never been that low. So some people argue that kind of the wind of progress was already behind us. It was going to push us in the direction. our economy is going to be better than what it was under Moi,
Yeah.
for sure. But I do
You
give
think so?
I do give credit, like with a decent leader.
Yeah.
But I do give credit to Kibaki. He did do a lot. I give him a 7 because I think he faltered a bit. I mean, we had some tribal clashes that were like
Yeah.
really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I think that set us back a couple of years.
It did.
But before that, I'd have given him a 10, but it
Mm.
dropped to 7 somewhere because of that. So you rank Kibaki the highest.
I rank him the highest because I feel like
Who next?
I really liked even his government, his selection. It
Yeah.
was always top tier people.
Who next though?
Who next? I could say Moi, and I know I'll
you
get a lot of
serious?
beef. Yeah, I'll get a lot of beef of it. Moi set up so many schools.
Okay.
He did.
The school thing.
He built, he
Yeah.
didn't maintain.
Yeah.
He built a lot of schools, a lot of institutions, but there are parts he failed. You see, that's the thing about, I believe, about anyone. You will drop the ball on one thing or the other.
Yeah, true.
But when it comes to leadership, sometimes you drop the ball a little bit too much. And I feel like Moi dropped the ball so many times.
You know, that's a good point. Like, so Moi built the infrastructure, built the schools, and I think Kibaki brought the policy of free education. So in those schools, make sure people can be in them,
Yeah.
populate them, and actually get educated.
He came and made
Yeah.
a lot of maintenance. And one of the goals he had in his government was for us to generate our own income. That's when even KRA started working like properly,
Yeah.
you know, because people were barely filing taxes. But I think one of his goals was to make Kenya survive on its own, that we don't need to constantly borrow. Though he did borrow himself as well. But I think one of his goals was that, to bring back Kenya. And I think when he was thinking about leadership in this country, I think he thought about even the children. Remember, the curriculum when we were studying at that time, one of the things we kept on being taught is Najivunia kwa Mkenya. Like, that thing was really being instituted to us as children. That's when I think Magical Kenya was pushed out.
I'm a bit older than you, but yeah. Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you could see that institutional, like refusing
Vision
Brenje.
2030 was like the biggest thing. Honestly.
I think when
just
Kibaki was
slipped.
getting into government, he
Yeah.
thought about even kids. He thought about 360.
Yeah.
He thought about everything.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've had someone who thinks that way. I feel like Uhuru has a little bit. There are moments he tried to make us kujivunia kwa
So
Kenya.
Uhuru's not second? Because
He's third to
he's
me.
third.
He's third.
Okay.
Nah, because I feel like he was dropping the ball a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things happened under his nose.
Yeah.
When he's not aware. And it's like, how are you not aware what's happening in you?
I
Like,
mean,
my G.
the thing he said about, like, I don't know, cash being siphoned out and losing 2 billion mtoka nifanye nini. I was like, okay, now, okay, mate, listen. I know it's bad, but you can't say that.
Ball.
Yeah.
He dropped the ball so many
yeah.
times.
Respect though.
But the one thing I liked
Yeah.
about him, he was a compassionate leader.
Yeah.
Very compassionate.
True.
You know? I
Yeah.
think that's one thing you want in a leader. He was very compassionate.
So now, Kate, like, there's a really important question I want to ask you. Now, if you look at the leaders that we have right now, if you look at the general trajectory, I think one of the challenges we have is that we've had a couple of presidents who have a propensity for violence, or hiring people who have an affinity for violence.
Yeah.
Do you think it's time we had someone who's like a peacemaker, or who's not violent, so that we don't have these situations like on the streets where you're kind of bloodying and killing like hundreds and hundreds, well, tens and tens of people, and massacres and stuff like that? Because that stuff happened now, and it also happened in the previous regime, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So do you think that if you had to pick like an important criteria for choosing the next leader, would it be like brains, because people say Ruto has them? Would it be strategy? They say he's strategic.
Sorry, it's about
Or would it be like having compassion, patience, understanding, wisdom? What would be your top criteria?
I think for me, I'd really want a compassionate leader. It would almost even put me to tears, because Africans are innately not violent. We have
That's
never
an amazing
been,
perspective.
yes,
Yeah.
we've never been violent
agree.
people. We've always been peaceful. That's why people can invade us and colonize us, because we're like, come have tea. You
that's a
wanna
deep point.
eat some food? You
Yeah.
wanna sleep where I sleep?
Yeah.
We've always been kind
Ubuntu
people.
like that. Yeah.
We've always been kind people.
Yeah.
So this violence, where is it stemming from? This urge to kill, urge to to make other people suffer, to teach a lesson. I don't know where it stems from, because that's not African at all.
Yeah.
We've never been those kind of people. We've never been this kind of, for me, I wouldn't lie, I would really want a compassionate leader, someone who sees humans as humans. But I do understand leadership comes with a lot of question marks, character questions. Like, it's a lot of things to be a leader, decisions to be made,
Yeah.
you know. But one thing I do believe, and I use this analogy a lot, when you own a gun, that's when you're being taught power, because you have the power to kill, but you choose not to. You know, it's like, I have it, I could do
The
it right
capacity
now.
for violence.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I have the gun, I could do it right
Yeah.
now, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
When you're in power, you literally have the power to do anything you want, exterminate anyone, bring anyone, or remove anyone, but you choose not to.
Yeah.
That's true power.
I get it. Like, so we know the state has a monopoly over violence. We know that. But I think, as you're saying, I think we misunderstand that, or they misunderstand that, for having the license to use that violence, and they really shouldn't.
You know, I believe, and one of the reasons as to why I did not like the one of the governors is because there's a time that said governor was found in some trouble, and I was like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
Yeah. So yeah.
Anytime you have power and you have to tell people, do you
Yeah.
know who I am? You don't have a power.
Yeah.
You can't have power and re-instruct people to know that I have power. Do you know I'm Andrew? If you're Andrew, then be Andrew. Why are you telling us you're Andrew? We should know already. But the kind of leaders that we've picked are people who have to show us that, do you know I'm president? Why do we have to know you're president? We should feel that you're president. When you walk in, let's feel it.
2 questions, Kate. I mean, do
Yeah.
you think one question for you to think about
It's
is,
hot, yeah.
would you run? Are you gonna? Would you consider running for some political office?
Yes,
You would.
I will. At
You
one
will?
point. I will at one point. I
Okay.
love governance.
Okay. What
I
kind of
come from a
space?
family of politicians as well.
Serious?
Yeah, my family, quite some politicians.
Okay.
So I would.
I'm curious.
I
What
love it.
position would you be interested in vying for?
Let's get there when we get there.
Okay.
But I think I would. I really believe it is important to have the right people in power, and it's important for our voices to be heard in the right way. And I feel like I could represent people well.
Okay, I'd like to hear you make a stronger case for that, because right now there are young people. No,
Yeah.
honestly, they're young people right now who would want to
For me
run.
to vie?
No, they want to
Mnataka
run.
nisimame? Ala, mnataka nisimame? I'm already running heat.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
like why aren't you? So look, you're relatively young.
Mm.
You're female. I mean, I'm just saying, there are a couple of people who are watching this, and they might be like, look, I'm young, I'm female. I would consider it, but I don't think I can. Maybe they come from a political family, maybe they don't. What would you say to them right now? Because I think one of the challenges we have is that we don't have the right choices on the ballot box.
Our choices are
if you had
few.
Igate versus Jimna, you know, that is like a fair competition. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah.
As opposed to, yeah, but Sakaja, you're free to run, of course.
The second
if you
time,
want.
God. Inawaka kweli.
Yeah.
So, inawaka kweli, sijui. I think young people should run as well.
Yeah.
Join in. For me, why I'm saying
All the way to the top.
Yeah, run, vie.
So,
so that we have more options.
not just MCAs.
No.
Even presidents.
Even presidency. Vie.
Yeah.
Be bold enough to stand up. I don't think I'm there yet. There are a couple of things I feel like I should do before I get to that journey.
Yeah.
But it is something I believe everyone should be able to do. And as I say that, I remember I was actually offered nominee. And then I turned it down. It was so crazy.
Serious?
And let me tell you, leadership in this country is so funny, because this was a conversation we had in a pub.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
how it works.
You wanna come and be nominee? Like, this is how much of a joke we take governance in this country. Like, even the people who are giving the power.
Why did you say no?
No, I was like, I'm not sure, because I still feel like I still wanted to do a little bit of media, Bado. I still feel like there's some things I need to do before I get there. You know, I still need to serve the society. I haven't served the society completely. I need to serve with the community in the community before. And I believe for me, moving forward, when we're picking leaders, we should pick leaders who have served in their community. Like, are you serving in your little, estate? Are you serving in your church? Are you serving in your different communities? If you're not serving, then you cannot be a leader. So that's why I'm like, I would like to vie, but let me first serve a little bit before I go for a leadership role.
Okay, now about vying,
Mm.
I think there's some classism
Yeah.
that happens, but it's a different kind. So it's a classism against the so-called upper class.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Or against the middle class.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody who vies should pretend, even if they don't resonate, they
Yeah.
should pretend they walked barefoot. They should pretend they
No.
roast maize. Like I'm saying, when these guys are
I
on the
get you.
campaign
That
trail,
narrative
they're
sells.
always eating like ugali somewhere.
very-
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying, do you think that there needs to be more accommodation for like a broader spectrum of people? For example, there are Gen Zs who will vie.
Yeah.
Some of them, I mean, they've grown up
They're
in the
bougie.
internet. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
bougie. A lot
Yeah.
of them. They shouldn't be kept out simply because they didn't walk barefoot. Like, what's with that?
You see, one of the biggest.
Or they didn't struggle. I don't know, in
You didn't
1990
sweat
something.
too
Yeah.
much. One of the biggest plight we have as Africans is we relate to suffering.
Oh, we like it, huh?
Yeah, we like it. Even love without suffering is not love. Find it total bullshit.
Yeah.
We
I've heard
really
that stuff.
we get when we
If
hear
it's not
suffering,
painful, it's not
it's
right.
not painful, it's not right. And I'm like, who said that? Who
Yeah.
told you that you have to go through pain to get anything?
Yeah.
I first of all, I don't believe that at all. I believe I could get anything in life very easily, and I have. God has been kind to me in that way. But because that's the way most Kenyans think,
Yeah.
that's why the narrative of Mama Mboga chicken seller works, because we innately believe that suffering breeds strength, or it breeds, I don't know what it breeds.
Yeah.
But apparently when you suffer, you're a better person. Even they say a tough man who has gone through tough times is a real man.
Yeah.
You will go through tough times, whether you're
for
rich
sure.
or not.
Yeah.
But
for
it's
sure.
not, as they say, you don't get an award for suffering.
Yeah, but like suffering can also corrupt you.
It
It can mess you
can
up.
make you worse.
I mean, I'm sure, no offense, but I know, you watch these movies, some of these guys who end up as serial killers, end up in some of these, in penitentiaries. It's like they went through suffering and it
Yeah.
just brought out the worst.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest with you, I respect the office of the president, but to be honest, I think Ruto didn't want any of that smoke. I think he used the the mama mboga boda rider thing,
Narrative.
and now he's gotten in.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, guys, don't come near me. Like he's hanging out with the hoi polloi, the rich, the wealthy. I mean, like,
that was his goal. And I think what I respect so much about Ruto, and I find him, and I know I'll get a lot of slack for this, that's a very calculated man.
True.
He is the way he won that election, the way he won Kenyans' heart. I was like, this man is calculated, hands down. When the elections were over, I was like, hands down, this man is calculated. You cannot fight it.
That's true.
There's no way this man came from being an MP, used to, was in Moy's school, a school of politics, to say he served in his farm all the way to the seat on the top. It's a very calculated man.
True.
You can people need to study his ways,
And he got there faster.
he's a smooth operator.
He got there faster. I mean, it took you back a long time.
Yeah. He got there a little too fast.
Yeah.
A little too fast. But he's deserving of it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's game.
So,
this guy got game.
Actually, you're right. Like, so I don't blame Ruto. Let's just say that what's our Coletta Compe, the guys who came against him, they did the worst job. I agree.
You get how he landed, how he did. And it's such it's a sad thing, because sometimes we will be handed the wrong people because we don't have our eyes open. But now our eyes are open.
Okay.
We can't be dumbed by religion, because now between when he was inaugurated as a president and now, the narrative of churches has really changed already. So people are leaving the church. So I don't know what he's going to use this time. Your mambo ya Mungu, we don't want it no more. What are you going to tell us? Hustler, money is disappearing. I don't know what
he'll come
what
up with
gimmick
something,
he will
man.
use.
Yeah.
But also, I'd want to tell Kenyans this, to be on the lookout. There's something that I have noticed about bad leaders. They keep you hungry for so long. When they give you a slice of bread, whether it is stale
You rejoice.
or good, you will eat it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're also intentionally putting us in bad roads, making the systems harder, difficult, so that we will barely have options.
Yeah.
So they will feed you a stale bread because you're so hungry, you will eat it.
Yeah. Have you seen the underpass right near Sonohura Highway, the new one that's coming?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Are you going to Upper Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
What is
seen?
it for?
I think it's just some kind of underpass. It's kind of like in London, they have similar
Mm.
situations, especially if you go into the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it today and I was just like, man, okay, it's a good idea. But like the covering
Mm.
is like made of, like gazebo tent material.
I
I'm
told
like,
you.
I'm like, you're joking. Like,
I
like
told you guys, these
seriously,
guys are
man.
performative.
Just,
Shamra Shamra.
like,
Hmm?
like, I know you can steal, but like, pull off like one project, like super, super good, super
No,
clean. Like, why
no.
not?
If I give you top tier things, you'll
Yeah.
start thinking you deserve it. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve good roads. So I got to give you shitty ones so that when I give you
Yeah.
just one good one, you'll be so happy.
And
You know?
vote you back in.
That's called
Yeah.
it's called breadcrumbing actually in the
Yeah.
dating world, where you just give little tidbits of
Yeah.
things so that
Yeah.
you'll never ask for Dior. Just ask for the basics.
Okay,
You know?
here's a question. So like, you've heard of JM Karaoke, right?
Jim Karaoke.
JM Karaoke, one of these guys, Kenyatta Days, etc.
JM.
JM, yeah.
Yes,
JM,
yes.
Malcolm X,
Mm,
Martin Luther King,
mm,
Robert Kennedy, JFK. Some of these guys have been like astounding leaders or, highly respected.
mm.
But they either never made it, they died before getting to the top,
Yeah.
or they never stayed at the top very long.
Mm,
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it is that we don't get like those generally around the world?
yeah.
Like the best of the best don't make it to the top. Those with like a heart for leadership.
I think it is by design.
Yeah.
Remember that conspiracy that told you most of the elections, like most people don't actually do elections. The leader is picked.
Yeah.
I feel like powers that be understand that when certain people sit in that seat, a lot of change will happen.
Yeah.
If Thomas Sankara sat in that seat
Yeah.
long enough,
Yeah.
if he sat in that seat long enough,
Yeah.
a lot of changes would have happened. And we would never need, other races to help us.
Like Traore and guys get uncomfortable with him. Yeah.
Those people, if they sit in that seat for too long,
Yeah.
some people will miss out. And it is by design.
Okay.
It is real. When you look a lot of things are really by design. Someone was giving this analogy and I found it weird. And I know it's not relative to what we're talking about, but I think I'll get to that point at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It was talking about how why don't they give us free buses? If they give us free buses, we won't own cars. Then there won't be insurance.
Oh, the transport system, yeah.
Then there won't be insurance,
Mhm.
and then there won't be car dealers, and there won't be people selling tires because we have free transportation. There are a lot of things, if we allow good leaders to run, there are people who will die hungry. In Nairobi, the water system is a problem. And it's not that there's no water. Nairobi and Kenya has so many rivers. There's no way tunakosa maji. Mko na maji mingi sana. The way it rains in this country, there's no way you can tell me actually there are flats, certain places in Nairobi that don't have water. That shit never makes sense. But because there's someone who has to, sell the water with a mkokoteni, na kuna ule with the big blue lorry that goes around with water, that those people have to be fed. That's why certain matters like MLK and Thomas Sankara and that whole list, sadly they had to go because if they sustained and stayed longer, some people
they jeopardize those interests.
Yes, they're jeopardizing. And when someone's jeopardizing, gotta go.
Yeah.
That's the rule of, a certain race. I'm not gonna say which.
Okay. I guess really just winding down.
Yeah.
2 more questions. And it's been a great conversation.
It has.
We should do this again
I
probably.
haven't asked you questions.
In a sec. Okay,
This was having too much fun. Yeah.
So how much of life comes down to luck in your view? And how much of your outcomes at the moment are tied to your initial conditions? The conditions, as they say, the accident of birth. We don't choose where we're born or who we're born to or what circumstances.
Yeah.
How much of that would you say is
My profile pic is the luckiest girl on WhatsApp. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah.
I feel like the universe carves our path. The first time I came to here at Summer Box, I had come for a date downstairs. And then my friend was like, oh, let's go say hi to my friend upstairs. I said hi to him and was done. That was like 2-3 years back. I begged someone to show me where Summer Box was, and they didn't.
You had prior to that?
Yeah, I had seen it online.
Yeah.
And I was like, please, like, tell me where this place is.
Yeah.
And they were not picking my calls. They were just being a pain. And a date brought me here just to say hi. It's like, and I know he did not know what was happening here, but it was just like, oh, there's a friend of mine who's upstairs. Let's go say hi to him. And then, we go where we're going. And that's how it happened. It was by design that we would go to a date somewhere at Barista and Co. And then we would say hi to someone, just a random person. I've never seen him ever again.
Oh, really?
That
Okay.
person we said hi to.
Okay.
I've never seen him again.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how that metamorphosed into now me being lucky enough to have my podcast here and working with the social newsroom and the people who, we're with here at Summer Box and at Baraza.
Yeah.
It's funny how the path is designed for you. Luck will find you on the way. You just have to be actually on the way.
And looking out for it, huh?
Yes. It will find you one way or the other. I look at all the opportunities I have, being on billboards, being on TV. It's just, come sit with this guy or pitia apa, say hi to this person. And then it happens. I feel like luck finds you on the way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So the final question is,
Yeah.
what would you say, what thing in your life are you most proud of
Yeah.
and possibly least proud of as well?
Oh, I think, let me say the one thing I'm so proud of
Yeah.
is the way I love. We were talking about it with friends yesterday, and I know this is very controversial. And I said, I find death beautiful because I feel like it's a good thing. And why I find death beautiful is because I hope anyone who's experienced me has experienced my love. Like you felt Cate. So that's one thing I'm so proud of. I am proud that anyone who has...
not being on a billboard, not being...
there's more to come.
Yeah,
so I can't be proud of that one.
Okay.
Kuna zingine zinakam.
Yeah.
So, we're evolving, we're growing every day. One of my proudest moments is that anyone who experiences me, experienced me. Like they felt Cate was there. That's it. One thing I'm not proud of is how maybe I hold grudges. I think I do. I think I hold grudges, but I'm really teaching myself not to. Yeah.
Wow. So, is there one question you want to ask me, or can I round this out?
My goodness, what question? Okay. You've said that you are working with the BBI team when, they were writing it, and I remember I had to go through it as well. I read it thoroughly.
Yeah.
And I had to do like a
you did.
whole
I'm impressed.
interview in radio.
Impressed,
Oh man,
yeah.
it was a lot.
Okay.
I wouldn't lie. That's one of the reasons I struggle with law school. It's too much reading.
Yeah.
What do you think is a pivotal thing in the BBI that made it not,
Made no good
successful? Because the BBI was not successful.
Yeah. I think just like the court said, and I totally agree. As you would know in law, there are the substantive elements, and then there's the procedural.
Okay.
I think the flaw was really just procedural. I think the substantive elements were probably sound. I also doubt whether sorry to say this, I doubt whether the courts read through the entirety of the
Don't
document.
say that.
But so I think there were many things that, to be honest, the chief de-campaigner of the BBI, the guy who promised he'd never shake a hand, has shook a hand right now.
Yep.
So really, I think that the essence of the document still lives on. I think Uhuru's onto something. And I think we should really critically look at that in whatever shape or form we want to take it or call it. My issue with it substantively were that the recommendations were not aligned to the technical research that we did. So those recommendations, they're actually developed separately.
Okay.
Like you do you.
Yeah.
And we'll put that in the report. And then the recommendations are completely detached. Like, okay, let's create a prime minister. And there's no basis for it. Yeah.
But that's the problem with our law.
That is an
a lot
issue.
of there's
Yeah.
so many lacunas in between it.
Yeah.
And that it's what has brought a
It's
lot of
disconnected,
irregularity.
yeah.
My God, people go in on that so much.
Yeah.
Let me ask a personal question. Let me ask you, what are you
It-
most proud of and what are you most not proud of?
Wow. I'm inspired by your answer, but I'd probably say like what I'm most proud of
It could be physical,
is
it's fine.
no. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that. To be honest, I think that I'm older than sometimes I look.
Yeah.
As you heard, I was involved in the BBI. I think I've spent the bulk of my career committed it towards public service in various facets, whether it's on screen, off screen, in policy, and everything I also studied was around governance.
Yeah.
And that's because, in a sense, I feel like my dad was a public servant, and I felt like I want to carry the baton and make his work
Okay.
worthwhile. So he passed on, but I feel like I continue to, honor what he did in that sense.
Yeah.
What am I least proud of? I'd say that I am least proud of. This is tricky.
Clock is ticking.
Yeah, I'd probably say that what I'm least proud of is I think naturally, um, I was a big reader in school. I was a nerd. I was
Okay.
like, I went to Cambridge, I went to Oxford. I was like a geeky guy.
Can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that I never knew that it made sense to balance the two, like be
Oh,
book smart and be like, like the whole people
life
thing.
smart. Yeah.
Yeah, like people smart, the emotional side of things. So I think I struggle with that. And ever since I became a kind of public personality, I have tried to. So that's one of the reasons why I'm involved in this space, to engage more with people and to kind of balance out rather than just being rather technical. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm still working on that.
Yeah, I can
Thank you,
see
Kate,
that.
for
You're
putting me on the spot.
welcome. You're
And thanks for
welcome.
coming.
Yeah.
You did come. Should I say you came on time? Though it wasn't the case. But yeah, it's been enjoyable, and I'm sure we'll get a chance to have another chat.
For sure. I really have enjoyed the podcast. It's really great to take my mind there sometimes. I'm grateful. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, thank you. So, viewers, 254 says, please tune into many more of our episodes. This is an episode about political engagement from a millennial perspective. And we millennials, we do love Gen Zs, and I think it's fair to say that Gen Zs love us back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So feel free to engage. Take this off screen and get your registration, your voter registration. Thank you.